To the 17 that still lives in me. I'm past 20 now, yet a part of me remains at the age of 17. That restless year, where everything collided before I could name the impact. You're the final highway of childhood, rattling with doors that shut too fast, pressure that arrived early, rules that reshaped the air, emptiness heavy enough to bend the span of your heart. You fell in and out of brief invitations, trying to understand yourself through the reflection of people who never truly saw you. Every silence felt like pressure, every room made you smaller. You mistook invisibility for truth. There were days your emotions burned too hot, nights when your own hands couldn't decide if they were there to study you or maybe punish you. Validation felt like water in a throat you couldn't name. You were messy, volatile, ashamed, a storm in a body too young to hold its own lightning. And yet, you kept moving, even when your mother's worry echoed through the walls. Now, older, I look back and realize you're not broken, you're just overwhelmed by the world moving faster than your heart could follow. And now, in lectures room, where future feels closer than comfort, our tucks in the pale like unread chapters, I meet you again, the 17 I carried into my adult life. 17, raw and trembling, terrifying and bright, a moment I survived, and somehow a moment that I still miss. Now I would like to share my interpretation of the poem. The poem to the 17 that still lives in me is a reflective piece that I wrote to explore the emotional aftermath of adolescence, particularly the experience of being overwhelmed at the age of 17, rather than portraying youth as a carefree. The poem is present as a period marked by pressure, emotional confusion, and sense of invisibility. The central theme of the poem is emotional survival through images such as highways, closed doors, storms, and tropes. I attempted to represent an inner emotional landscape shaped by early pressure and unmet emotional needs. These images function as a metaphors for feeling trapped, unseen, and emotionally deprived during a formative stage of life. The tone of the poem is predominantly introspective and melancholic, but it gradually shifts toward awareness and compassion. This shift reflects my later realization that the 17-year-old self was not broken, but overwhelmed by words that moved faster than emotional readiness alone. Through this realization, the poem conveys a message about self-forgiveness and emotional continuity, suggesting that growing up does not erase emotional wounds but reshapes our understanding of them. For my personal reflection, I choose to read this poem because it represents a part of myself that I continue to carry into adulthood. Reading this poem allowed me to confront emotions from my teenage years that I had not fully processed at the time, such as self doubt, emotional intensity, and the desire for validation. The poem strongly connects to my current experience as a university student, where academic pressure and future oriented expectation often mirror the emotional uncertainty I felt at 17. Through this connection, I realized that emotional growth is not linear. Certain feelings resurface in now context. Even as we mature from engaging with this poem, I learned that poetry serves as a powerful medium for self reflection and emotional articulation. Poetry enables personal experience to be transformed into a meaningful experience while performance highlights how voice, pose, and rhythm contribute to emotionality. Ultimately, this process helped me understand that poetry is not only something to be analyzed, but something that can actively support emotional awareness and personal growth.